Okay, what's going on YouTube fam? This is going to be a hair cutting video. Messiah right here will be getting her hair trimmed. I hope everything winds up being on camera. um, but I wanted to cut her hair on camera or trim it so you guys can get a chance to see Miss Messiah. Also, too, if you know, for people that have babies or are reborn artists or that are rooting themselves that may not, you know, be informed as far as hair cutting, I thought it'd be a good tutorial. Plus, like I said, you get to see Messiah's hair, what it looks like down, the texture of it, because it's very, very, very curly. This is the Peruvian Remy hair. And you'll get to see me, you know, trim her hair and whatnot. So we are going to hop right on in and get started. So I'm going to be cutting it while wet. For me, because this curly hair is going to work best. For me, I never cut curly hair dry. Even when I was working in the salon, you never want to cut curly hair dry. You don't want to take too much off of it because you got to know how the hair is going to curl. But, you know, because it is going to shrink up as it dries. So, we're going to get into it. Hopefully I can describe this as I work so you guys can see. But right now we're going to work and we're going to cut a guide. I'll kind of turn her this way. So I'm going to put her head down. I always kind of want to have the chin to the chest. That way I don't accidentally cut layers where I don't want layers to be cut. And I'm going to part out a guide for myself, which is going to be the hair right down in, like right in the middle of the scalp. Like part it right down. Hopefully you guys can see. And I'm just going to comb it out. Let me get my shears. All right. I'm going to comb it out. I'm going to slide my hands, more my fingers, down the shaft of the hair. And right there, you can see where it kind of gets thin. And the hair is a little ratty. It's been rooted. It's been sealed. And right here is a little ratty. So that's where the tips where it's starting to tangle. You know, the hair might have had a little bit of, you know, some split ends and stuff like that, you know, prior to rooting. So I'm just going to trim that off so it'll alleviate the hair being snatched. And the hair, you see, I've cut myself a nice little guide right here in the middle. Right? The hair is good. It's cut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split that guide that I just cut in half. And I have a guide going across here and going across here. So I'm just going to work my way around. I'm just going to kind of comb the hair down. Like I said, hopefully you guys can see, slide my fingers down and you can clearly see where I cut and what I haven't cut. And I'm just going to trim that hair off, right? The hair that needs to be cut. And I'm going to work my way around the side of the hair until I reach till I reach the front. Just combing the hair down and measuring it up to that guide that I originally cut. Just kind of like bringing the guide from the middle all the way around. So I'm just going to turn her as I go. Bringing the hair down and trimming it. Sorry about the car seat, y'all. I had to kind of ghetto rig it a little bit just so she can be kind of in the camera. And I'm trying to pull the hair up so you guys can see what's being cut. You might not be able to see this because I'm on the sides. But it's just a slight trim. Because like I said, I noticed that the ends are kind of catching, which means she has split ends because they're a little jaggedy. And you don't want that because that causes pulling and the hair will get pulled out. So if you guys ever have a baby that the ends are very, very jaggedy and you notice when you comb through, it's fine in this part. But when you get to the ends, you feel the comb catching there. That means the ends are kind of split. That needs to be trimmed off or you're going to risk, you know, pulling at the hair and the hair possibly pulling out. So that's why I'm going in and she's going to get this trim. So right here, you can see this hair needs to be cut. I'm going to cut it matching up with my guide. Turn her a little bit. Comb it down. This hair needs to be cut. Measured up with my guide. I'm going to tilt her head a little bit to that side. I'm going to comb it down. The hair needs to be cut. Like I said, this will stop the hair being pulled and also protect the hair from being pulled out, cutting off dead ends. Even though it's human hair, you know, those jagged ends sometimes cause, you know, especially when they're split, it causes the hair to pull right on out. So now I'm going to stand behind her and I'm going to go in the interior parts of her hair because we did the perimeter. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create some layers for her. So I'm going to do like a strip, almost like an airplane strip, like a mohawk that's going to go down here. And I'm going to cut myself a guide for her layers. So I'm getting myself a nice little square or rectangular shaped guide. Just going to be, this is a good enough hair. And you can see how it's like, you know, right here, see that split ends. It's all jaggedy, it's all split. I'm going to trim that off. Give it a nice little even cut. My comb, when I do decide to style her hair, will comb through much smoother. You see that? So this is my beginning of my guide. I'm going to lay that across the front and I'm going to extend that guide all the way to the front of her hair. Like this. And create that like airplane strip. Right? And then, let me turn it to the side so you guys can see. I'm going to comb it straight up. And you should be able to see, this is where I cut, this is what needs to be cut. And so I'm going to trim that right on off. I'm not combing it completely out because those ends, like I said, are a little ratty and I don't want to pull her hair out. Once the ratty ends are cut off, you know, it won't pull anymore on me. Yeah, and I just kind of bring that guide forward. There we go. Now I have this strip that's been trimmed that goes all the way forward. See how easily my comb goes through? So I'm going to split that in half. And now I have a guide for the rest of her whole head in regards to her layers. And you want to think of it as parting it like a piece of pie. So I'm going to part it, like I said, like a piece of pie, starting with this part here, and then I'm going to part here, and I'm going to part here, and I'm just going to work my way around her head, almost like parting her hair in pie sections. So I'm going to bring the hair up, and if I feel like her hair is drying out on me, I just spray it down. This is water with a little bit of conditioner mixed in. And I'm just going to, you know, part and bring all the hair up to the guide that I had created on top. And then I'm going to trim that hair off. Right there. And then I'm going to take it, comb it again. Trim any, like, you know, ratty ends off. And then I'm just going to keep parting and work my way around. I have that guide that I cut at top, which is my, it lets me know this is how far you need to cut to. Which you can see it right here. This is where my guide ended. That's what needs to be cut. That's hanging out. I hope this helps. I hope this is, like I said, I hope all of this is visible on camera. For those that, like I said, get dolls and you notice that the comb kind of snatches at the hair a little bit at the very ends, that's because, like I said, those ends definitely need to be trimmed. Especially when it's human hair, even mohair. And you don't want to be snatching, you know, the baby's hair out. So I'm just going to work my way around. Measuring it up to my guide and just snipping, just trimming. Let me turn her a little bit so you guys can see all the cuts. Just a little bit of that needs to come off. Alrighty. And my comb will go through. See, it goes through her hair like butter. Because all those ratty ends are cut off. Now, I wouldn't comb this side like that because I haven't trimmed all of the interior parts. And I don't want to, you know, risk the comb getting caught on her, on the ratty ends that haven't been cut yet. So anyways, I'm just combing the hair up to my guide. As you can see, this part needs to be trimmed. Trim that right on off. Bring it back. That's where that needs to be trimmed. And then bring it back a little further and then check. And right here I can see how that needs to be trimmed. And there you go. And then I'm just going to work my way around to the front to this side. And then I will go in and check my work after I'm finished. And I will show you guys how to check your work. As you can see this part is the ratty part. And the part that's been trimmed already is going to be the more even part. That's what I want to trim. What hasn't been cut yet, that doesn't reach up to my guide. I mean, that goes beyond my guide. And that way we can finally start doing Messiah's hair. It's good and sealed, but I just, like I said, I don't want to be styling her hair, and I know her hair needs those ends trimmed off because it's pulling for sure. But I won't have that issue after this trim. I'll say we'll be good to go. We will be really good to go. So I guess I should ramble on. You guys saw, well, if you haven't seen it, I don't know which video will be uploaded first, but the video with my one baby, my Caucasian baby, that baby was so much fun to do. Y'all, that was my first Caucasian baby that I've ever done. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed doing that baby. That baby was precious. This is my sugar sculpt. Honestly, I really couldn't see it any other way. It just screamed Caucasian to me. I thought it looked so precious, and I thought it was like the perfect vision for that baby. Although that baby can be ethnic or any other color that you want it to be, for me, that's what I saw when I got that sculpt and started painting on that sculpt. Okay, so now we're all finished with her hair. You see how my comb is going through her hair like butter. I will show you how to check your work. When you comb the hair from any angle, you should get a nice, clean, even line. It should be a nice, good, even line. See? It should be a really nice, even line. When you bring the hair, especially in here, when you bring it straight up, it should be a good, nice, even line. I don't know if you guys can see that with the hair being very, very, very curly, but it should be even right in here. It should be even. It should look even everywhere, even at the bottom when you pull it straight down. You should be able to comb it straight down, and you should get an even line, a good, nice, even line. And that's how you check your work. So I'm going to let her hair dry. I'm going to let it dry. I don't like to really style her hair when it's wet, to be honest, and put it in ponytails too much. Only because I don't want, I don't want it to be, ripped out. I kind of let it air dry a little bit, and then I style it. So I'm gonna let this dry, let it curl up to the max amount that it'll curl up. And see, my comb goes through her hair like butter. That's what I wanted before it was catching on me, and we can't have that. I cannot have the hair catching. So anyways, that's it, guys. I hope what I did was visible in the pictures or in the camera. I hope that it showed so you guys could see what I was doing. And I hope that you enjoy seeing Miss Messiah's first hair trim, and probably her only hair trim, unless I decide that her hair is too long. I'll probably cut it again, but for right now, we're going to work with what we got. I'm going to let her hair curl up real good so you can see how her layers work out for me. And see what all the different hairstyles that we can do. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye.